Welcome back. This is KTN Prime. The Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Anna Madi, has warned that the budget cuts proposed by the National Treasury in the supplementary budget now before the National Assembly, if adopted, will weaken the fight against corruption and make it difficult for the judiciary to finance court operations. Amadi told the Senate that some of the multi-billion shillings mega corruption scandals will take a minimum of 10 years to be completed because of an underfunded judiciary. Amadi said the judiciary has already stopped mobile courts and sittings of 20 tribunals across the country, a move that will result in an increase of case backlog.
Team from Judiciary led by
The Chief Registrar of Judiciary, Ann Amadi, and her team appeared before the Senate Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs to share implications of the budget cuts on delivery of justice. Amadi says budget cuts will emasculate the fight against corruption.
Currently, we have 10 magistrates at Milimani dealing with anti-corruption cases. The idea was to increase that number. And so when we acquired Forodha House from KRA, we began to refurbish it so that then we could facilitate more magistrates to move to that unit. That will have to stop. So we'll have to continue with the capacity that we have. And as you rightly point out, some of the cases will be had in 2024.
15 mega corruption cases involving senior state officials and other suspects are still ongoing and have never been resolved. Majority of the suspects have also been freed on bail.
We find that one case has 40 accused persons with the same lawyers and the same prosecution team. So where there are 10 cases against one group, one large group, and the cases have been split across 3 courts, so that Court 1 has consolidated 4, Court 2 is doing 3, Court 3 is doing 3, then Court 3 has to wait for Court 1 to finish because it's the same people, same witnesses. So by the time Court 1 finishes, then Court 2 starts and Court 3 is still waiting. If Court 1 takes 2 years, Court 3 will start in the 5th year.
Introduction.
He identified the structuring of prosecution cases and legal representation as a major challenge in the war on graft.
If we have one case that has an accounting officer, procurement officer, and a team from an agency. Now, there are 10 cases involving 10 different suppliers. Yeah? So the suppliers are different, case 1, case 2, up to case 10. But the officers from the agency are the same. So we are seeing cases taking even 10 years before they can be realistically finalized.
Amadi says the situation is dire and budget cuts in essential services will see judiciary ask litigants to dig deeper into their pockets to finance their cases.
We write our judgments, we print them, we write all our proceedings and we print them. So the minute we are not able to supply the courts with paper and printers and toners, we'll get to a level where we will have to ask litigants to bring their own paper and to bring their own toners to be able to just enable the courts to operate. Tribunals, yes, all of them will have to stop their sittings because they've already spent what was available for the first half of the year. So for the next half of the year, litigants will have to just wait.
You must encourage the Judicial Service Commission to take a tough position. If there's a budget cut, close down the court. Close the anti-corruption court, close the land and environment court, and let's see what happens.
The aspect of relying on the executive, we should not expect any assistance from them because there is no executive that would be comfortable with an independent parliament, with an independent judiciary.
So you shouldn't cower into any threats or intimidation by any arm of government, even parliament itself. We want not to compete with ourselves, but to complement with each other.
The Chief Registrar says there is a great need for amendment of the law to secure financial autonomy for the judiciary, especially on appropriation of judiciary fund, release of the funds and financial system management. Patrick Amimo, KTN.